Merry Christmas, everyone. Great to be with you. The problem with having a bilingual room is they have to hear the speech twice and understand it both times. I'm glad to see you all in great spirits today. I hope you have a wonderful break with your families, a time to renew and rebuild your energy to come back in fighting form on behalf of Canadians. But it's also a time over Christmas to think of the less fortunate, those who have less, those who are struggling more. Unfortunately, those people are more numerous than ever before. 1 in 5 Canadians cutting meals because they can't afford the price of groceries. 1.5 million Canadians hitting food banks in a single month. Mothers putting water in their kids' milk because they cannot afford the price of groceries. This in Canada, with one of the most abundant supplies of farmland on planet Earth. And then there's housing. Young people stuck in their parents' basements even though they've done every single thing we asked them to do. Housing prices are going down, but monthly payments are going up, which means buyers and sellers are losing. Many Canadians fear they might not be able to pay their mortgages as the rates hit higher and higher. And it's not just economics, it's violent crime. It's up 32% under Justin Trudeau. Gang violence has increased, and drug overdoses have become a pandemic right across this country. And what's Trudeau's solution to all this? He and the costly coalition want to drive up inflation further. They want billions more in inflationary deficits. The cost of government is driving up the cost of living. $500 billion of it is boosting the cost of the goods we buy and the interest we pay. And then they want to pile on a carbon tax and triple that tax on the home heating that everyday Canadians pay. Conservatives will fight to restore fiscal sanity. We will put legal limits on spending to bring down inflation. We will axe the carbon tax so that Canadians can keep the heat on. Take the tax off, keep the heat on. And we will stand up for the hardworking, law-abiding people who play by the rules in this country. We know that it's not Grandpa Joe's hunting rifle in Cape Breton or in Wainwright that is committing crimes in downtown Toronto. We know that the vast majority of guns used in crime are illegally smuggled into this country. 82% of gun crime is smuggled guns. None of that is going to be solved by banning these hunting rifles. Not a single solitary criminal is going to turn in their gun. So instead of putting time, money, and resources into attacking Indigenous people, hunters, and farmers, Conservatives will protect those people's rights and go after the real criminals to keep Canadians safe. We'll unleash opportunity again in this country by removing the bureaucratic gatekeepers that prevent us from developing our resources, growing more affordable food, and having our immigrants fill vital positions for which they are qualified. We saw just last week Stats Canada report that only 40%, roughly 40% of doctors and nurses who immigrate from other countries are actually allowed to work in their field here in this country. Meanwhile, our healthcare system comes apart at the seams. It boils my blood to sit in a waiting room with my daughter who's got, from time to time, a migraine headache while she waits and waits along with the other little children because of doctor shortages. Meanwhile, we have thousands of immigrants who are trained and skilled and able to do these jobs that are banned from doing so from regulatory gatekeepers. We will work with the provinces to sign deals to get qualified immigrants licensed to practice within 60 days of applying. We'll back up small study loans so that they can take time off work to study up to the Canadian standard. And we'll make it possible for immigrants, future immigrants, to prepare to get licensed before they arrive in Canada in the first place. It is true that Canadians are hurting, but it is our job as the official opposition to turn that hurt into hope, to inspire people that a real improvement in their lives is possible, that the dream that brought them here as immigrants, or the dream with which they were raised when they were born here, can be rekindled. That is our purpose, my friends. So as you go back to your families and your communities over Christmas, reflect on that goal. Meet with your constituents. Give a helping hand to those in need. And remember, our job is always to stand on the side of the common people, their paychecks, their savings, their homes, their country. My parents taught me, After they adopted me from a 16-year-old unwed mother, they taught me that it didn't matter where I came from, it mattered where I was going. It didn't matter who I knew, but what I could do. And that is the country I want our kids to inherit. It is the country that we are going to restore. Merci beaucoup, tout le monde.